You guys, we are live and you're seeing something really funny right now, but don't worry. I'm going to show you my screen in just a second. You should be seeing enough pretty soon and hearing my dog bark at me. Megan's right here. She wants to learn too.
Yes.
This is definitely a, Sophia, stop. This is definitely a little bit of it's a little complicated, but you're going to learn quite a few things here if you just pay attention, and you can always watch this over again because I will post this again. Once we are done, I'll post it right after so you'll know. I'm just checking really quick to make sure we're live so that I don't just start talking for no reason.
It's right here.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay. So you should be seeing the screen enough, and I typed this in the font Bebas Nue. I don't know what that says. Do you want to take a gander at what that says? Bebas?
You're good.
Yeah, I think that's
Nue.
great. One thing that, okay, so I have this here. Now, when I tried it in the beginning, I tried to do an offset, and the offsets were running together. So one thing that I want to do is space these letters apart. This could be the first lesson. You may not know how to do this, Megan. Are you ready to find out how to do it?
I'm totally watching. Yeah.
Go over here to your little text style panel. It's on the right-hand side. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 icons down on the right-hand side. Go ahead and open that. And then when you do, you're going to see at the very bottom, you're going to see line spacing and character spacing. The character spacing is what you're looking at. If you toggle this up a little bit, you can space those letters apart nice and in an even direction. I really am sorry about my dog. She, for some reason, thinks that this is her room. So she likes to come in the studio, and I'm just going to make sure we have enough room. Maybe one more. So I went up to 120%. I don't remember what I did in the beginning, but that's going to be what we're doing today. So that's going to make sure that when we do those offsets, we have them spaced enough apart that they're not going to all be together. Okay, so that's step number 1, is making sure that whatever font you're using, some of the fonts already have a nice space between them, but this particular font, the Bebas Nue, that one is really close together. But I like the font, so I had to just alter it just a little bit. Okay, so again, that was the 7th icon down. Now the next thing we're going to do is put an offset on it. We're going to use the offset panel, which is a little bit, it's like in the middle. It's the star with the offset around it, and it's in the middle of the right-hand toolbar. You're going to press that. Now, when you do that, the offset panel should open up, and you're going to push offset, okay, because that's what we want. And these numbers right here, I want that first offset to be literally exactly on the words. So you're going to make that measurement a 0. I just typed in 0. And then I'm going to push apply. So we want it to be 0. That's not 0 right there. We want it to be literally 0 inches from the word. So we're going to press apply. You cannot see it right now, but you're going to see it in a second. So don't worry. So we're going to pull our word away so that you can see it. All right. Now, when you do an offset, everything is separate like that, which is really annoying to me because if you move it just ever so slightly, one letter, then it gets out of line. So go ahead and drag your mouse over all of them. Then you're going to right click with your mouse and you're going to go down to group. Let's put them together. Okay. Now we're going to go back to the offset panel that's still open, and you're going to press offset. That's because I really want to make that double line that you guys saw. Oh, let me show you what we're doing right here. This is what we're doing. See how we have the first word and then we have these little offsets. These are compound paths that I created with basically a double offset, and they're right there. Okay, that's what we're doing right now. So let's go back. So a couple things here. Okay, I hate that offset, so let's actually erase it. I'm going to do it again. I hate it because I'll show you why. Offset, and you're going to want, I don't want the curved look. I want the cornered look. Do you see right below offset how there's a corner and there's a curved option? We want corner, and we also want to make that offset. Look at the G. Do you guys see how the G looks weird? We don't want that. So we're going to actually go down, and in this, I'm toggling the measurement down. I'm looking particularly at the G because I don't want it to look funky. So I'm just toggling it down. I don't want it too thin because we don't want too thin of glitter whenever we actually press this or cut this and press it. But that is perfect. Let me show you what I'm looking for. And whenever I clicked off, it went ahead and set that offset, which is fine because I know. But see how the G, that last offset is not touching that? That's what I was looking for. Do we have any questions? Are you able to look? Are you just learning? She may be
I was
learning.
actually really learning.
Well, that's great. No, it's good. It's good to learn. We're going to do, so Megan's going to just also learn and also make sure that we are not missing any pertinent questions. But remember, you can also go back and watch this again.
That's what I figure I'm going to do.
I sound so much like Crime Junkie when I do that.
You do.
I do. Well,
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to do the same thing here. And remember when we group the other ones, let's group this one as well. So I just highlighted all of it. Well, we don't even really have to do that. We're going to highlight all of this. Now, this is where you may not super understand why we're doing it, but let me just show you. If I were to fill this in with color, the inside is a different color, and we'll make this.
Hold on a second. Billy says internal offset could do 2, right?
Yes, but there's no reason to do that because you're just wanting an offset that's literally like a negative offset, or just an even, like a neutral offset. Like it's not really offset, it's right on the edge. So it's just basically tracing the word. So I want to show you guys really quick. So see how, let's go ahead and see, this is where, I'm going to go ahead and group this so you guys can understand the compound path. I know I've talked about it before, but I want to just go ahead. Let's go ahead and center these really quick, both centers. Oh, okay, never mind. I want to center these really quick. I want to show you the difference between a compound path and grouping. If I were to group these two together, listen, you're going to end up cutting it the exact same way. Like literally when you cut, it's going to look the same. But for design's sake, I really just want the offset and not the middle. So what I'm going to do is right click. I'm going to highlight both of these things together because I want to make a compound path. I don't want to just group them because grouping them would just still keep them like that and they would be 2 layers. I want to make that line 1 layer. So I'm going to go down to make compound path. So what that does is it gives you a true offset, and this is 1 layer. Like I said, it's going to cut the same way, but design-wise, it's important, and that way the layers don't get separated and all of that. So this is 1 layer now, compound path. So let's go back over here so you can see what we're doing. So see how we have this offset? Basically, we have these partial letters. Now, I'm going to tell you something in the end that Elizabeth found something I wanted to tell you guys about. So I'm going to tell you that in the end. Don't let me forget about that. Okay. All right. So this is my next step. Are you ready? Still, I'm sounding like Crime Junkies. And if anybody has listened to Crime Junkies, you totally
I haven't. I wish I had. So now I'm going to have to.
Now you're going to have to. You're going to be like, that's totally Mandy. Okay. So I'm a little, I don't like that red line anymore. Like, I just don't like it. So I would like to get rid of it. That's your cut line. So I'm going to go ahead just for aesthetic purposes. I'm going to turn it, I'm just going to say, I'm going to do transparent. So if you go to this little line icon, it's the 4th one down, and you go to that little transparent, it'll take the cut line away. It doesn't really take the cut line away. It just makes the cut line transparent. If you were going to cut it, it's still cut. Now, this is where I'm going to branch off. And the first thing I tried to do was try to like subtract and stuff with this. But I've quickly figured out that that was not going to be the easiest way to do it for me. There are different ways to do this. I know that. This is Mandy style, okay? And I think it's going to be super efficient and perfect. So go over here to your slicer. It's the knife tool. It's not a slicer. It's at the very bottom of your left-hand toolbar, right above the dropper. So that's the knife tool. We're going to grab this, and Ellie, actually, LMA from Silhouette Secrets, actually just taught me this a few months ago. She was like, if you hold down the shift button, so watch, there's this little secret right here. Now, I want to cut enough right in the middle. I don't think it really super matters, but symmetrically, it really should be in the middle if you want to be happy and like have the top half be symmetrical with the bottom half, or not symmetrical, but even, okay? Because not all letters are symmetrical. Now, wherever you take your knife tool and you click down with your mouse, that's where it's going to start cutting. And one thing before you start cutting with your knife tool, you want to look up here, solid or outline. You want to click solid because you don't want it to be an open path. If I were to do outline, this would make this an open path, which is not good. Just trust me. That's another lesson for another day. Just make sure you're on solid. So I'm going to start somewhere in the middle. I may have to start over a few times because I'm a little off every time I start. Now, when you start cutting, to cut, watch, I'm going to actually pull this and I could cut anywhere I wanted and it would slice anywhere I do that, okay? If I hold down the shift button, it's actually going to do a complete straight line, which is very cool. So I'm going to go ahead and press my shift button. And at the same time, I'm going to drag. Oh, I got lucky on the first one. That's pretty cool. And I'm going to pull it where I think is in the middle of enough, okay? Are you ready? I'm going to let go of shift and first I'm going to let go of my mouse and then shift so that it doesn't change on me. Okay, perfect. So watch this.
Look at that.
It separates it again. So remember when we grouped everything before? Look how it's all apart again. So I'm going to go ahead and this bottom half, I'm going to just highlight it all and group it. And I'm going to do the same thing for the top because I don't want it to get separated and funky. Okay, so now what you should have when you toggle your little, you can either move it with your mouse or you can move it. Oh, whoopsie. Yep, it's because I just didn't get the bottom of the G whenever I grouped it. So, or the top of the, so we're just going back really quick. Remember, okay, now it's being a little, okay, that's cute.
Forward.
Yeah, we're going to go forward for a second. Just give it a second, guys. So again, I used my knife tool. I'm going to group these together. Right click and group. And I want to group all of this together. What happened? Did somebody say something?
Vicky says, I'm not going to get any of this until I can go to ATS, I think. I'm almost always lost. You guys are good at explaining.
Vicky, I just need to sit down with you for a few hours and we're going to be able to do this. Okay, so let's go ahead and change this to purple because and we're going to do that by highlighting everything and then going up to that cool eggplant. Oh, I'm on the line one. You guys didn't tell me.
Yep.
Now, okay. So that the little art palette, that's the fill over here on the right-hand side. That's how you change colors. Okay, so it looks like I still have it. See how there's this little box right here? That means I have not. That actually belongs down here. So it needs to go down here with its little friend, little friends, and we're just going to highlight all of that together and group it. Okay, so now I have the top and I have the bottom. Okay, so let's go ahead and move the bottom down. And I'm going to just give it a little bit of a space. Let's go ahead and move this little guy right there. And I'm giving it a little bit of a space. And remember, it's an offset, so you want to center it where it makes sense, right? Okay, so now we have that. Let's go ahead and highlight the top one, and we're going to either right-click and duplicate, or if you have a Mac, it's Command-C, Command-V, or Control-C, Control-V on a PC. But we're just going to duplicate, right-click, duplicate, boom. We could do it like that. Oh, let me show you one more thing you could do. Let's go ahead and delete it. So remember that handy dandy tool bar on the side? Go over here to the toolbar on the right-hand side. And this one right here, the replicate panel, you can actually tell it, look right here where duplicate, you can actually tell it to go exactly above it. And that will keep it in line. So let's do duplicate above, okay?
Wow, look at that.
I know, right? And then you can just like space it how you want it. And now let's do that for down here. And we're going to do, instead of duplicate above, we're going to do duplicate below. So that's probably the more professional way to do it. So that's the way I'm going to teach you. Now look how far we've come, you guys. And that's not that many steps. Now, it was a lot of steps for me earlier when I didn't know how to do it. So there is, like I said, there's a little trick I'm going to tell you at the very end. So if you guys are still on, you'll get to know. Now, so let's look at our original design. Wow, I can't believe I was able to replicate it. I'm really impressed. Okay, so then I put my little heart, and then I also put my ribbon. Now, I used this, oh, we're going to find out, oh, it wants me to breathe. Apparently, I'm not breathing. I'm going to teach you one more thing that you may already know, but you may not. Let's, over here, let's type UR. And we're going to use the same font, which is the Bebas Noé.
Is it?
We're going to use that same font. So see how it changed it over here to UR, and hopefully you guys can see that well. I'm going to make it a little bigger, so I want it to not be too big. Did you burp? You did, didn't you?
Really? Oh my gosh.
Okay, so let's go ahead and change this a different color so you guys can see it really quick.
Did you arc it?
Not yet. I'm going to show them how to arc it.
Oh.
So right now I'm just filling it with white so they can see. So I could put it there and it's not going to be very cool, right? Because it's not arcing, right? So in order to arc this word, we're going to go ahead and double click on our text, okay? If you have already converted this to a path or ungrouped that word, you are not going to be able to do this. So you want to do this while it's still a quote unquote font. You have not converted it to a path. You've literally typed it out, changed it to the font you want, and that's all the changes you've made. You'll get this little green box around it like this, and you'll get this little magic circle. That magic circle is telling you that you are able to now do all kinds of fun stuff with it. So when I click on this little magic circle right there, let me show you in the middle.
And that was by doing a double click.
Yep, I double click. So if I want to get off of it and then show you again, so if I just did this, the magic circle does, if I just click once, it's not going to appear, okay? If I double click, I'm able to edit the text or I'm able to drag it where it needs to be. So hover your mouse over the little arc, okay? And then you're going to take it wherever you want it. I could wrap it all the way around this. I could wrap it around these letters. But right now, I'm just really wanting to wrap it just basically on this little guy. I want it to have that arc. So you see how that is? I kind of put it where I want it to be in the middle. You just eyeball it. And boom, there you go. You're not finished. If you try to get this away, it's with that, right? Let me undo that. So you, in order to get that word away from that edge that it's very heavily depending on to become that shape, you have to now convert that to a path. How do you do that? I'm going to tell you.
It's like a commercial.
Okay, you're going to right click on UR. Right click is such a friend, you guys. Like it really, really is. You can find pretty much everything from there. And then you're going to go down to convert to a path, So once you convert it to a path, you notice that it got away from now our box is away. Let's put this away. It's bothering me. Our box is now away from the ribbon and it's now, or the banner, and it's right there. And you have that perfect little arc that you want. Okay, so it's still, remember how I told you before about the compound paths? Look, if I change this to pink, you can see these are still two layers. This purple's a layer and this pink is a layer. So the word and the banner are still one layer. In this particular design, we really want it to be one layer. So we're going to grab all of it together, that whole banner and the UR. We're going to right click and we're going to go down to make compound path because we want to make it one layer. Are you ready? Boom. So, oh, it's white and ugly now. So it's okay. I'm going to still show you how when you go over here to your fill panel and you click the pretty purple color, and then we're going to turn the red line off because it makes me sad. It's there. And now you can see that is one layer. See how there's a hole in it? So it's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. And then we're going to take my little heart, ungroup this. This is the heart from the other one. And I'm just going to copy it. And then I'm going to paste it right there. I'm going to put it right there. So I cannot even believe it, but I just replicated, and I had only done that one time, you guys. Like I just replicated it. So a couple different things you could do. You could do like lighter colors. If you wanted to make this kind of an ombre effect, you could. We just stuck with like a solid color on the top and bottom and then the pattern in the middle. But if you wanted to do like, say, let's see, I mean, it's purple now. If you wanted to go a little lighter, you can make it light. Okay, maybe we'll just do that. And then we want that one to be the same one. So if you hold shift and you hold that down, you can, okay, well, you know what? You guys,
let's just keep it how we have it. That was amazing shirt.
It really was. The shirt was super amazing. So that is basically how you do it. Now, I don't expect you after the first time of watching this to get it if you've never done anything like that before. But there are lots of little lessons in this video that will help you.
Just watch it over and over.
Yeah, just watch it over and over. Pause it. You know, put it into a transcript. I know there are some of my type A girls on here that could totally put it into a transcript and be like, here's, yeah, that'd be fun. So there you go. If you want to see it in a different color.
Yeah, one of the type A should do instructions and then post it so everybody has it step by step.
That's such a good idea. Such a very good idea. Yeah. So New Kids on the Block. Yep. So there you go. There is that. Are there any questions?
No.
Okay. Yay, Carrie. I'm so glad I taught you something. Yay. I'm so excited. It makes me so happy, you guys. please tell me on this post if you just learned something you didn't know, because
A lot of them have said they've learned
that's great. Because
fabulous tutorial.
aw,
Thank you for showing us.
you're so sweet. Okay, and another thing. Oh, I have to tell them the secret. First thing, if you're a Cricut user, you can also use Silhouette Studio to design your stuff, because if you have Business Edition, you can do something really cool like this. You go File, Save As, Save to Hard Drive, and you can save it as an SVG. And you can save it as an SVG and open it up in Cricut. So even if you don't have a Silhouette Cameo or a Silhouette anything, you can still use Silhouette Studio. You just need to have the Business Edition so you can actually do the File, Save As, SVG to be able to export it.
Okay, so Donna says,
Mhm.
I wanted to know, I'm sorry. Clara says, what font names?
Bebes Noue. So it's I'll show you. This this font particularly, I use it a lot. I really like this one. It's this right here. Bebes. Let's zoom in.
Stop it!
Oh, I can't zoom in on that. Okay.
Bebe.
Bebes Noue.
Okay.
Right there.
B-E. Click on it.
I am. BEBASNEUE. I have no idea where I got it. Yes, I have all the rights that I should have to it, so don't worry about all that. But yes, there is a really great font. Remember the whole letter spacing thing that I taught you too, because it's important with these close together fonts. The other thing I was going to tell you, Elizabeth found something right before I went live. She found this font that already does this for you. You're like, great, Mandy. Thank you that I learned all of that. However, it's just in one font though, so it's not like it's
Okay, so what is
it's super cute. This is the name of it. I will also
Do we buy it?
yeah, you have to buy it. It's only $1.
No.
$1.31.
Mirror it.
It's called Mirror It font.
Is it on Etsy or is
By,
it?
I have no idea. It's by Katie Catherine. It looks like it's on katiecatherine.com. That's CATY Catherine.com/Mirror It font by Katie Catherine, Mirrored Letter Sports. OTF font. Okay, so I'm going to put that link in this live so you guys have that. But it already does this, but it's the athletic type font. So you guys may not want the athletic type font, because in this particular design, it wouldn't have worked. But for those athletic t-shirts, it would be fabulous. And those like high schoolish type of t-shirts, it's really
That's
cool.
a level.
Yeah.
That's right where we are.
Right, exactly. It's our level. We need to create a
Yes.
font that has a mirror it, because that's pretty cool. So this is called a mirroring effect, apparently. We learned something new too tonight. So I hope you guys loved it. I was really super proud of this design. I've been seeing it everywhere, and I just wanted to figure out how to do it. And I thought it was really important that you not only tell yourself one time that you're enough, but you tell yourself over and over and over and over and over, because you are enough. We are all enough, okay? Because I know we're all trying the best that we possibly can. So now you're seeing some funny things on the screen. I love you guys very much. This will be posted so you can go ahead and rewatch it as many times as your heart is content. And I hope you loved our lives tonight. Talk to you soon. Bye, guys.
Bye.
There you go. That was really good.